Hello, I am David Anderson-Penn, and I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio. I lived in Cincinnati, Ohio for 3 years as a baby and moved to Indianapolis, Indiana. I lived in Indianapolis for 7 years and then moved up north to Kokomo, Indiana, where I lived for another 7 years and graduated from Kokomo High School. I officially moved to Muncie, Indiana in 2020, where I am attending Ball State University to pursue my architecture degree. The object I will be discussing in this presentation is this teddy bear. When I was younger, I named him Teddy and just loved the cute expression on his face, the little bow tie he had, and his little heart shapes on his feet. He also had some bees that were really quiet and my mother really enjoyed. During this speech, I am going to explain the significance of this teddy bear in my life and where it came from my family and its personal connection to me. So, a bit of background information about Teddy would be that he's actually the first teddy bear I was ever gifted. He was a special present from my Aunt Becky's friend, Marcella McNeil. And Marcella purchased the teddy bear when I was a baby, and I've had it ever since for the last 20 years. Ever since I was a kid, Aunt Becky and I would visit Mrs. Marcella in Cincinnati, where she lived. We would always talk about how I was doing in school, how sports were going, and overall just life and how our families were doing. One weekend we went on a visit to her house just like any other time, and Mrs. Marcellus told us that she had been diagnosed with cancer. My aunt and I were shocked because she was always such a healthy person and just always in good spirits and really happy, and we wanted to let her know that we would do whatever we could to help her. I was about 7 at the time, and my aunt Becky and I would visit Marcella every few months during her battle with cancer. And sadly, she later passed away when I was 8 years old. And I let my mom know because I normally was a perfect attendance kind of student in school. And I said, I need to be there for her and need to really just be there for her funeral just because of our friendship, her kindness, and her love for me and my family. Now, whenever I look at Teddy, I just think of her, and I'm very attached to him because of me and Mrs. Marcella's bond that we had, and we know that it will live on forever. To my family, Teddy represents love and friendship that lasts forever, the kindness, joy, laughter, and sadness, and new opportunities that I see are what he is. When I was 8 years old, I would feel sad at times looking at Teddy, but also happy because of all the memories I had with Marcella. I always think of her whenever I see him, and it's just really nice to think about how nice she was and just sweet and soft and gentle with you and everyone she was around. And now at the age of 20 years old, I just reflect and just appreciate her for just all the time I had with her. Her memory serves as a reminder to be kind to people, and no matter how bad things may be in the world. What I am going to do with Teddy is pass him down to my son, Joseph. Joseph was born about 3 weeks ago and is the sweetest baby I've ever met. He is very calm-tempered and loves to be around family and his future friends. I have no doubt that Joseph's parents will teach him to be loving, caring, kind, and appreciative of all people around him and the life that he was given. I plan to gift Joseph Teddy on his first birthday and will be very excited to share the story of how he received this gift and how I passed it down to him. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation, and hope this story of how I was gifted Teddy and how Marcella's impact on my life has affected me and will always live through him. And I hope that this story has had as much of an impact on you as he has had on my life. Thank you so much.